What do you think of that? The first time you saw a cheesehead,
Oh yeah, I'm like, that's cool. Like I asked him, I'm like, I gotta get that off you, man. You gotta, I like your hat. I gotta borrow it or something.
Did anybody give you one yet?
No, they didn't.
Oh, we gotta hook you up with one, man.
Yeah, I need to get one.
Yeah. We're here at the Midwest Legends podcast with the one and only first-round draft pick, 2025, Matthew Golden, Green Bay Packer receiver.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me, man.
Dude, it's an honor. All right, so the podcast we're talking about is about Midwest Legends. You haven't been in the Midwest that long, but you are here. You're a legend. Super important to Green Bay, super important to Wisconsin and the NFL.
Yeah.
And so one of the first questions I was going to ask you is, how do you feel about the fact that you were the first receiver in 23 years to be drafted number one, in the first round for Green Bay?
Yeah, man. It was definitely important. And I mean, it's something special, that's something that'll stick with me for, probably the rest of my life. Just knowing the history behind it and being drafted here, man, it's truly amazing. That night at the draft, I had my family there. Obviously, I was there, man, and, that's something I'll never forget.
What'd your family think of it, seeing that you're number one for the Green Bay Packers, a historic winning franchise?
Yeah,
like that?
Definitely a lot of excitement and just understanding of, where we came from, how much hard work it took for me to get here. And, now that I won, it kind of feel like my whole family won. So,
yeah,
man, it's special for sure.
Well, I feel like down in Texas and in Houston, family's a big thing. Midwest, family's a big thing. So for you to, you did it, but you also brought your family along. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I've always been that kind of guy, just to always get back to my people, get back to the community. And, this is how I grew up, man. I feel like for me, growing up, I always loved football. That was the first sport I played, and I ended up falling in love with it, man. And God gave me a gift, and now I'm here in the NFL. So,
when you started playing football at an early age, were you always playing receiver?
Yeah, I was kind of playing everything: quarterback, running back, defense. But I fell in love with playing receiver. Just because playing receiver, man, you got to work your craft. It's just some stuff that you got to work on every day to get better at. And I feel like for me, that's what I love doing. I like catching the ball, being able to create space and, just do those things.
Yeah. Well, I think I had read that you were the fastest at the combine in the 40, right, for offense. How'd you get, what was your game plan to be the fastest when you were?
At the draft, there's a lot of questions about my speed. I've always been the one, to always prove doubters wrong. I feel like for me, I always had a competitive mindset when I was a younger kid. And at that point, when I got on the line, I just felt like everything was on the line for me, It was either make or break. And I knew if I did go in and do what I needed to do, man, it was going to reward me. And when I got on the line, I prayed. And, I just let the rest handle itself.
And it worked out. You got number one for Green Bay, your number one draft pick. So.
Yeah, man. So, definitely a special moment. Like I said, stick with me forever.
And I know, you're young in your career. It takes a while to get to where you will be. But, we've already seen a glimpse of your speed, and you got good hands. And I think the people in Green Bay and Wisconsin and Packer fans around the nation are pretty excited about the future with you.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere else, for sure, just because of the organization, the history behind it. And, we got a great team, just the guys in there, they really care about you and on and off the field. But, for me, it's just about taking it one day at a time, attacking the process. And, like I said, man, just keeping my feet over my shoulders and, just being competitive and going in there and handling my business.
Yeah. And so I'm going to ask you some questions about the Packers and your teammates, because I'm super interested to get your take on that. But I want to ask you, so you grew up in Houston, right?
Yeah.
How was it growing up in Houston?
It's different from Wisconsin, obviously, because of the heat, and the food. I feel like food in Houston or in Texas in general are probably different from Wisconsin. But, besides that, football different in Texas. Like I said, I grew up playing football when I was younger. I feel like growing up in Houston, it kind of shaped me to who I am now, just kind of some of the things that I was going through when I was a younger kid. And I feel like it, definitely paved the way for my mindset and how I am as a person.
And I know family's big to you. And you bought you got drafted in the NFL. You bought someone special in your family a home.
Yeah. I got my grandma a house, man. We ended up losing our property when I was younger. A lot of people know that story, but long story short, it was something that I wanted to do for her. Just because I know everything she did for me. Sacrificed a lot to put me in this position, and all I could do was give back to her. So I did that for her.
I think it says a lot about the person when you get the opportunity to take care of your family and you do it like you've been doing. So
Yeah.
it says a lot about character, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man.
So I was gonna ask you later, but you already jumped into it because you're talking about food in Houston.
Yeah.
What's your go-to food in Houston, man?
I'm gonna go with we got this food truck down in Third Ward called Blue Check Barbecue. It kind of under the radar, but for the people that play football, people that's close to downtown, they know who he is. I go down there and get barbecue. I feel like barbecue different down there, so
Yeah,
that's my go-to, man.
that's your go-to.
Yeah, that's my go-to.
When you were a kid, was it barbecue too, or what?
Yeah, it was barbecue, seafood, crawfish,
right.
Things like that.
Yeah, I know you said when I talked to you last time, you were talking about crawfish, and then you had opportunity to go fishing on Lake Michigan when you came here.
Yeah.
So how was that?
Probably wouldn't do it again, man. I got sick. I was sick for like 3 days.
Just from the waves and stuff like
from
that?
the waves. I didn't think I was gonna get sick. Like people told me, like you'll get seasick. I'm like, nah, I'd be good. And when I got out there, I started feeling kind of bad, and it kind of stuck with me for like 2 days.
Lake Michigan's wild because it doesn't, they call it a lake, but it's big, and the winds get big and the waves get big.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, the water was looking pretty smooth, and then the furthermore we went out, man, it started to get a little bit heavy. I'm like, can't do it no more. I gotta go.
Well, you did catch some fish though, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I did. I caught I want to say I caught about six salmon. So
you handle business when you're out there. You paid for it afterwards.
Yeah, for sure.
So the podcast is Midwest Legends, and because you've been in the Midwest for a while, I'll ask you a little bit about that. But obviously, growing up in Houston, did you have a somebody legendary to you in Houston or Texas that you can think of when you go back? Could be anybody. Like when on this podcast, we talk to athletes, comedians, just folks from the Midwest, and find out who. So it could be anybody that you think's like a legend. Could be a family member.
Legend. Probably say Paul Wall. Talk to Paul Wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Houston. He came up to when I played at Houston. He used to come up to the facility, sometimes, and probably just chopped it up with him a little bit, man. So I'd probably say him.
Yeah, I think he's pretty well known. He's still out there doing so. I see him on social media.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
One of the questions I was going to ask you about too, because obviously you're in Texas. I think I know who, but what was your NFL team when you were growing up?
Houston Texans. Yeah, it was them in Dallas. I was a huge Texan and Dallas fan. So
okay,
Des Bryant, Andre Johnson. Was watching them a lot when they play receiver. So
was Des Bryant kind of your number one?
Yeah, I'd probably say Dez was, yeah.
An awesome receiver, obviously.
Yeah, man.
X
Factor, yeah.
I heard that Aaron Rodgers, I think it was Aaron Rodgers, tried to get him up to Green Bay at one point.
I don't know about that, but man, that wouldn't be fair.
No.
Wouldn't be fair.
But, well, that's awesome, man. So now that you've been in the Packers organization for a while, do you have any favorite story or favorite just memory right now? I know it's been a short season so far, but
yeah, like I said, man, it's just business right now. We're kind of in the middle of the season right now. We still got the rest of the season to go, but we get that Super Bowl. That'll be probably my favorite memory. So hopefully we can make it, man. We're gonna take it one game at a time, and wherever we go, that's where we're gonna go.
And so obviously coming from Texas, and then you see a Dallas guy comes up and joins you, Micah Parsons.
Yeah,
how'd that feel?
It was crazy because I was seeing a lot of stuff on social media. My uncle, family members, they were sending me stuff about we were training for Micah. I didn't really think we was gonna do it, but we ended up doing it. And when we got him, I'm like, yeah, it's real now. So I feel like everybody else on the team felt the same way. So
do you have anybody that on the team that is kind of lighthearted that takes things down when everybody needs a little bit of a break?
Yeah, I'll probably say Bo Melton. Come in every day, he the same guy. He funny. It don't matter if you having a good day, bad day, he gonna find a way to make you smile. So I'd probably say him for sure.
As far as, because we're asking about Midwest legends, and is there anyone in the Packer organization, when you look at it as kind of a legendary figure that you think, and I'm not talking about right now that's playing with you as a teammate, but just in the history of franchise, anybody that comes to mind?
Franchise, I'd probably say Devontae.
Yeah.
Yeah, just his, kind of his story, when he first got here, how his season went, ups and downs, and
Yep.
went through some adversity. Through it all, he ended up coming up on top, and, now look at him, so.
Yeah, he's probably gonna be a Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And it was a little bit of a slow start, but he got going, and when he got going, man, it was legendary. Right?
Yeah, man. So yeah, I'd probably say Devontae.
How did you feel about the fact that Packers were gonna play against Aaron Rodgers? That
I knew that game was gonna be, be a special one. The energy in the stadium was different. I mean, that night we played the Steelers. Just cause we played against A-Rod, and I wanted to see him play in person, so I got to see him, and obviously we came out with the win. That's something we needed. So
yeah. It was a wild game, a good win for you guys, a big win.
Great win for sure.
Passing the torch on for sure to Jordan Love.
Yeah, J Love, man.
How's things been, with J Love? How's that been?
Yeah, it's been good. Like I said, man, just building a connection on and off the field. That's a guy I can go talk to about anything. And on the field, that's our, the leader of our team, man. Doing a great job. Like I said, last game he was kind of banged up, but he found a way to push through and help us come out with the win.
He seems like a pretty even keel guy. Like, he's there trying to lead, doesn't go up too much up or down. Just a good leader like that.
Yeah, he always stay, in between. Not too high, not too low. And I feel like for us, that kind of sets the bar for us. When adversity do strike, we don't let it hit us, and we always keep our head on straight and focus on the main thing.
I know he stays pretty humble too. I know that you do as well, but he's obviously, you got to celebrate and you got to believe in yourself, but he seems to be a pretty humble guy.
No, he is, man. He is for sure, for sure.
What's one of the coolest things about playing at Lambeau Field? Other than the temperature, that's getting colder.
Than the temperature, I heard the snow games pretty cool, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm looking forward to my first Lambeau League. So whenever that comes, I'll probably say those two things.
Okay. So we were talking earlier, and you had mentioned the food's a little different from Houston to Green Bay. So when you're in Green Bay, do you have any go-to food yet? Even if it's not a spot, but
I got a spot. It's Legend Larry's. I go there probably like two times a week. They wings they got a little taste to it that remind me back of Houston. So try to stay up there as much as I can.
The wings at Legend Larry's is your spot right now.
Yeah, that's my spot right now.
There's like the Crow's West, the Butter Burgers, but you also got to be eating healthy. So, but yeah, Crow's.
Hey, man, look, I play football, but I still eat. I got to eat. So, I eat what I want sometimes.
Well, I'm going to take your recommendation up on the barbecue because I haven't been there. Yeah, I was at this place. I think it's like Heights Pub and Parlor.
Yeah,
it's right near here, just across the river. And they had some pretty good cheese curds, and they have like
I tried cheese curd. I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, you're not a fan?
Not a fan.
Have you tried the
dipping sauce too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried it.
Did you try deep fried or just regular cheese curd? Like the breaded ones or the?
I think it was breaded.
Have you ever tried the non-breaded ones?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Yeah, you might have to try those. So those are like different though. I mean, when you live in Wisconsin and you've been like born and raised here, you grow up on a lot of cheese.
Yeah.
But I think for other people outside of the Midwest Wisconsin, you guys don't eat cheese as much.
Yeah, nah, not really, man. Not really.
So, but yeah, if you tried the deep fried one and it wasn't your thing, you should try you can usually have them at room temperature, like they're supposed to squeak, but you can also get them refrigerated because if you're not used to it, maybe you want to try refrigerated. But they sell them at you can even get them at like Quick Trip gas station. They call it the cheese curd capital of Wisconsin. It's on the western side of Wisconsin. It's Ellsworth. And they have a creamery there, and they sell those cheese curds all throughout Wisconsin. So you try one. Just get like a little packet, give it a shot. Let me know what you think.
I got you. Man.
and maybe they'll turn you on to cheese curds, and if not, at least you try both deep fried and the regular.
Yeah, I got you. Nah, I'm gonna try it, man. See what it's talking about.
Now that obviously you're in Wisconsin, is there anything in Wisconsin and I know it's hard, I'm asking you questions, you're in the middle of the season, you're focused on your craft and, winning, but anything in Wisconsin that you want to do that you haven't done yet, maybe in the off season or something? You went fishing.
Yeah, I went fishing. Probably say ice fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably got to try ice fishing. I always wanted to try. So whenever it get to that time, I'll probably do that.
After the Super Bowl.
Yeah, after the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite post-game meal now?
Post game meal. Stick with that chicken Alfredo, man. I've been eating chicken Alfredo after the game since I was probably like 6. So
Yeah.
that's been my go-to for a minute.
When you do the chicken Alfredo, do you put the broccoli in, or does it just chicken?
Yeah, I go broccoli. Shrimp broccoli.
Oh, some shrimp in there?
Yeah, throw some shrimp in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll probably stick with that.
that sounds good, man.
Yeah.
If you weren't playing professional football, what's another thing you'd like to do?
Probably be in the NBA, man. I got a little jump shot on me, so I feel like I'm good enough for that.
Did you play basketball when you were a kid too?
Yeah, I did. Pick up basketball, street basketball. We always played in the neighborhoods or wherever I was staying at that time. So
yeah.
I always had a football, basketball, something in my hand when I was a kid. So
yeah, you have to get down and check out a Bucks game. Maybe you already done that. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm trying to make it down there.
Yeah.
Probably when I get some free time, try to make it to one of the games.
What's your favorite law firm in the Midwest?
Come on, man. Nigga lit, man.
I appreciate that.
For sure.
That's the right answer.
Yeah.
What's the biggest thing that you, as far as like living in Green Bay, that's been different to Houston other than the temperature? I mean, the temperature, you're experiencing the cold, but how's it been for you living in Green Bay?
I mean, it's been good, besides the weather, this is probably warm to y'all right now. So, besides that, though, I mean, everything's been good, when I first got up here, they made me feel, at home, and, the people around, they just took me in the open arms, and, I've been appreciative of that, and, I'm just, like I said, living one day at a time, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think Green Bay is one of it's only going to get colder, unfortunately, to tell you, but you got the flannel on now, so you'll be, maybe get some more flannels, get some more warm clothes, but you're going to be playing in Lambeau Field, like you're talking about, those iconic snow games soon enough, and doing the Lambeau leap soon enough, I'm sure.
Man, I'm going to be used to the cold weather by then, so I'll be good. I'll be good.
On your day off, what's your favorite thing to do on day offs?
Probably, I like to go bowling. I started bowling when I was pretty young too. So if we go back and ask me the other question, if I didn't play football, I'd probably be a bowler.
Really?
Yeah, I like bowling. I like bowling for sure.
Did you bowl in Green Bay then too?
Yeah, I go bowling. I got my own ball and everything. So
really,
yeah,
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Did you get any of your teammates to go with you?
Not yet. Actually, the receiver group we went a while back. Now that's probably the first thing we did together. And besides then, nah.
So you started playing football. How young were you?
I was 7. Yeah, I was 7 when I started playing.
And then, when did you decide in your head, man, I'm gonna make it to the pros?
Yeah, no, I always had the vision of making it to the NFL when I was a younger kid. But when I started to grow, mature, and I mean, towards high school, I'd probably say my freshman year, I kind of got a taste of what real football was, and I started getting offers, and I knew then I was gonna make it. It was just a matter of time, and my offers didn't really start picking up towards my senior year, like the big schools, and I ended up staying home. Houston, that was the first school that offered me. One of the first schools that offered me, and it was just the relationship I built with them. So that's why I ended up staying home. And what's crazy is I told myself that I wanted to play 1 year in the SEC and go to the NFL, and I did 2 years at Houston and entered the portal, and Texas hit me out the portal, so I ended up going there. And then, man, I had a great year there and ended up going to the draft.
I don't want to know all your secrets because obviously you got to use those to. So I'm not going to ask you about any moves. But what did you do to keep your hand so good? Like, was it?
Man, I played with a really good back in high school, man. And I feel like we had a running back that could score the ball whenever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter where you were on the field. So it's like playing receiver, you're gonna get limited opportunities to catch the ball. And, every opportunity that I got, I kind of treated it like that's going to be my last. And I feel like for me, man, I had that mindset from high school, carried it on. And, it was just kind of being with me, man. So I always treat it like, man, the one opportunity you get, make sure you make the most of it. And just go from there.
So every time you're running a route, you know this might be the one time you got to make it
Got
it count.
Got to make it count every time.
It's kind of a silly question, but if you had a superpower, what would it be?
If I had a superpower, man, I don't know. What would your superpower be?
What would my superpower be? Man, that's actually a good question. Sometimes I would be like, it would be cool to be read people's mind, but
I'll probably say
yeah, I know it was a weird question, so I put you on the spot.
I ain't got one.
Maybe you already got superpowers. You got that speed, man. So
you can say that too. Yeah, I'll probably say that. Give me some more speed. I want
some more speed.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know if the NFL could handle you with more speed. So. What are you most looking forward to now that we're partially through the season? We're getting close to December football. Is it what's like you're looking forward to? You're hoping to
be present. Like I said, I just winning. You know, hopefully we can win every game from now on. You know, at this point in the season, every game is important. But for me, man, it's just about being patient, staying committed, and just being ready when my number's called.
I appreciate that. I think I mean, I know you're a humble guy and you're just focused on just working, getting better, and just keep grinding. So, and like I said, I think, you know, you look into Davante Adams as kind of a role model in that. I mean, one of the best.
Yeah.
And I think Davante just the same thing, just kept grinding no matter what, right?
Yeah, got to, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you about the draft outfit. How'd you come up with that?
I had this guy named Ethan. You know, he said, you know, your last name Gordon. So obviously my suit had to be gold, and then, you know, for the designs, he kind of just picked it out. You know, threw me some options, and you know, I looked at which one I thought was best, and we just went from there, man. And he did something special with it.
Yeah.
He, you know, he added some pictures inside the suit, and I feel like that's what put, you know, kind of the finishing touch on it.
So obviously, you have some talks with teams prior to getting drafted, but you don't know for sure who's going to draft you, right?
Yeah.
Before you actually came to Green Bay, now obviously you came for the draft, but did you know anything about the Packer fan base?
Nah, I didn't. I didn't know at all. Obviously, I didn't know the chant either. So, I didn't know too much about the Packers. Didn't really know the history. I just knew Devontae, A-Rod.
Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't even know Lambeau Field. Like, I just never did my research, you know. But now I kind of, you know, I understand a lot of it, you know, since I've been up here, so.
Did you know about the Lambeau Leap before you came here?
No, I didn't, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't, not until I got here.
Did you ever see the cheeseheads before?
No, I didn't.
No?
This was my first time seeing it when I was at the draft. That was my first time seeing a cheesehead.
What do you think of that? The first time you saw a cheesehead, you see some guy
I'm
walking.
like, that's cool. Like, I asked somebody, I'm like, I got to get that off you, man. You got to, you know, I like your hat. I gotta borrow it or something. So.
Did anybody give you one yet?
No, they didn't.
Oh, we got to hook you up with one, man.
Yeah, I need to get one.
Yeah. Do you know who started the Lambeau Leap?
No, I don't.
Leroy Butler. So
okay.
That's at least what the story is. I think there's a video of it. So, but now you see other teams kind of do a similar thing, but it's
not the same.
No.
Man. Yeah, it's never gonna compare to Green Bay. So,
no.
I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, I think now that you have been in Green Bay and you watch it as we get into the colder weather, you're gonna see like a lot of people in the stadium in like hunting outfits, blaze orange and things like that. Mm-hmm. And then you're gonna see some crazy, usually guys with no shirts on.
Oh yeah, see, them the guys you gotta stay away from, man. It's negative degrees and you ain't got no clothes on. Like, I can't do it. I can barely go outside when it's 50. Like, I gotta have a jacket on or something. So.
Well, I was saying if you're ever and I know you won't because you're tough and you got that warrior mindset. But if you're ever on the field and you're feeling cold, just look somewhere. You're gonna see some guy with no shirt on and
give
just
me
remember
some confidence, make me warm, man. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he might have a few more beers than you would have in you at that because you know you're playing and he's up there drinking. That might keep him a little warmer. But you can see that and you'd be like, hey, if that guy's got no shirt on, I'll be fine out here.
I'll be good.
Did you know? Were you a fan of J.J. Watt?
Yeah, I was. J.J. Watt, yeah.
You know he was from Wisconsin?
I did. I knew that. Yeah, I knew that.
Legendary Texan though, right? He's like
legendary.
Yeah.
Legendary, man. I didn't really go to a lot of Texan games when I was younger, so I don't know how the fans is there, but you know, being here, I mean, the fans they just different, just the energy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just different. You can't even explain it. So
How does it sound on the field when and I know Packers fans are supposed to be quiet on offense, so you shouldn't hear a lot of it, right?
yeah,
I mean, some of them get excited, depending on what's happening. But like when you are sitting on the sideline and defense is out
yeah.
and it's third down, I mean, what does the noise sound like?
Oh yeah, it's loud, man. It get real loud. And I feel like that be our advantage sometimes. When we got those away teams coming, um, fan base show up, man. They really don't know, but they make a difference in the game for sure. Like some teams, they can't hear it, so they trying to go on cadence and do different things. But when it's that loud in there, man, sometimes it's hard. So.
Well, so you heard it here on the podcast that it helped the fans when they're getting loud. It makes a difference for you guys.
Yeah, it do for sure.
You feel that energy too when you're out there playing from the fans.
Yeah, always. I feel like you got a great fan base around you. Make you play better. It just bring a different type of energy to the team, and it's just a lot of people to go out there and just play different sometimes. So.
When you're getting warmed up, do you have any pregame ritual or anything you do before you?
No, I find some time all the time to just kind of just sit there, pray for a little bit, man. Just talk to God and ask Him to protect me. Just be with me on the day that I got granted to play in the NFL, man. A lot of kids wish to be in the position that I'm in, and I just try to give Him all the glory of just being thankful for where I am. And like I said, man, it could be taken from me any day. So, I just try to take it as that and, just thank Him for what He's done for me.
It's a good attitude, man. That's a good mindset. So you got an NFC North rival.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Must win. I know it's gonna be a competitive game. I mean, that's what the NFL is. But it's a game that we gotta come in and compete. We gotta play well on all three phases of the ball: special teams, offense, defense, and like I said, man, just go back to just sticking together as one team and, like I said, not looking too far ahead, but just taking it one game at a time. And like I said, competing, man. So
the night you got drafted, obviously came out in the suit, huge deal. You heard the fans, like we're at Green Bay.
Yeah,
it's a Green Bay draft. You get picked as a number one draft pick for Green Bay at that draft. Also, the history of you being the first receiver picked in the first round in like 23 years. How was that night after? After you came out and
a lot of people was telling me, your life gonna change as soon as you get drafted. Like you just not gonna be the same. Like you're gonna be the same person, but everything around you not gonna be the same. It's your life gonna change, man. And I didn't really believe it until the day after, and it really hit. Like I'm in the NFL, and a lot of people reached out to me. A lot of people started acting different. It's just a lot that come with being in the NFL that you gotta realize. Some things can be good, some things can be bad, but I mean, it just switched quick, man. But like I said, man, it was different because I got drafted in Green Bay. So being there, I stayed there overnight, and what's crazy is the night before the draft, I went out to eat with my family. I had everybody around me, the ones that's been with me on my journey through getting here and everything, and it was just a special night. We all was together. Everybody kind of got up and just said how much they were proud of me. And it was definitely a lot of emotions in the room. I feel like everybody that was in there, they've kind of had a big impact on my life in some way. Whether they know it or not, but. It's probably been times where, I wanted to give up, times that, I probably doubted myself, and they was always there to uplift me, keep me in good spirits. And like I said, man, they helped me get to this point. So, like I said, man, being drafted in Green Bay, that's gonna stick with me forever, man, me and my family. So.
Has your family been able to come to Lambeau and watch you and experience it?
Yeah, they don't like flying, so they drive from Texas to Green Bay, man. And I think it's like 17 hours, almost 18. And they do it almost every weekend. So I don't know how they do it because I couldn't do it. Like 18 hours is too long in a car for me, man.
That's dedicated though.
Yeah, that's dedication.
Yeah.
You know, they definitely got love for me.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it, but you know, they try to make it to almost every game. So,
And that's 17 hours. What is that, like 34 hours in a weekend, basically?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're dedicated. They love you, but that's wild. In the Midwest, we're often known as people that don't fly and drive from thing to thing. Like that's what we often do.
Yeah.
And then you guys, you got your family coming all the way from Houston.
Yeah, man.
So that's
dedication.
Cool. Yeah, I love it. That's awesome. Any advice for the young guys out there that want to be an NFL player? What would you tell them?
You know, I would just tell them, first off, you gotta have heart, and you gotta love playing football. I feel like once you lose love, you lose love for the game. You know, just love playing football. It's not gonna be the same. You know, but you also gotta figure out, you know, why you doing what you're doing. You know, my why was just because of what I went through as a kid growing up. You know, not having a lot. And I just wanted to take care of my family. So I'll just say just always stay dedicated through good and bad. You know, adversity is going to strike at some point, but, you know, I feel like as long as you got a good head over your shoulders, you got confidence and you got a good group around you, I feel like you'll get to where you need to get to.
So I've always found, and it sounds like you believe this, but it's the adversity that often shapes you.
Yeah.
That makes you tougher.
Yeah, it definitely do. You know, you got to go through some things, I feel like, in life in order to get to where you want. And like I said, I mean, adversity comes and goes, but it's just about how you attack it, how you approach it, and, you know, it can make or break you, so.
I really appreciate that you spent some time with us today and answered some questions, even some weird ones about superpowers, man. So,
man, I appreciate you for having me, man. It's cool, man.
Yeah, I think hopefully we can get you on again sometime, maybe after the season, late February, March, after you guys go the distance or whatever.
I'm looking forward to it.
But I mean, I like I was telling you, I've got 6 kids. They're all huge fans of you. I'm a big fan. I know Green Bay's a big fan. And it's just in general the population here, and we're just excited for the things that come and just watch you keep growing and grinding and just being the threat that we know you're going to be. And it's been an honor to be have you as a partner with us and just have you on the show, man.
No, sure, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, wait, don't head out just yet. Do you have a story that's so Midwest it couldn't have happened anywhere else? Or do you know a Midwest legend in your own life? Give me a call at 866-MWLEGND. Your story may be featured on our future episode or on our socials. Looking forward to hearing your Midwest legend.